Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Global Freedom Conversations Live. So, happy and blessed Tuesday for those who are on Tuesday, and happy and blessed Wednesday for those who are on Wednesday. So, let's find out what is going to be our topic for today.
So, welcome to Global Freedom Conversations Live. Our topic for episode 46: Why Small Daily Habits Often Create the Biggest Life Changes.
Yes, thank you, Daxi. So that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hi, I'm Patsy, and I am a mother of four, a grandmother to nine. And originally, I came from Brunei, and now I'm residing in Edmonton, Alberta. And also, I'm a digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rosemary Spiritu or Daxi. I am a proud Ilongga from Iloilo, Philippines, a wife, a mother of four, and a healthcare worker here in BC. And now I'm working in the long term for 11 years, and I'm proud to be a business owner and a mentor.
Hello everyone, I'm Maimuna, originally from West Africa, Sierra Leone, living currently in Indianapolis, USA. I am a wife, a mom, a healthcare worker, and a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Toure. I'm originally from Senegal, but I'm currently living here. Instead of North Carolina, I'm a wife, a stay home mom, and a proud digital business owner. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Let's start with our topic for today.
So, our topic for today is we're on episode 46, why small daily habits often create the biggest life changes. It's going to be our topic today. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you, Anna. So that's our topic for today. So, welcome back to another episode of the Global Freedom Conversation Live. And today's topic reminds us that lasting transformation is rarely the result of one dramatic event. So, instead, it's often the result of many small decisions that we make that seems insignificant in the moment, but it will be significant later on. So, what are those? Some examples here: reading a few pages, learning one new idea, practicing one new skill, or taking one positive step. When we combine those actions that may seem small today, what happened is over time they will create those extraordinary changes. So today we'll discuss 5 reasons why small daily habits often create the biggest life changes. And for that we're going to be talking about the following points.
Today's point is number one, small habits create lasting momentum. Number two, daily habits shape the person we become. Three, small improvements lead to big results. Number four, consistency help us stay focused during difficult seasons. And fifth, small daily choices create extraordinary futures.
Thank you, Patsy. Yeah, so those are the points we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into our first point. So the first point is small habits create lasting momentum. Every meaningful journey begins with one small step. The hardest part is often getting started. We see that many times for those who are trying to lose weight, is starting to exercise. I'm one of those but once we take that first step and keep repeating it, that momentum begins to build. Okay. And the interesting thing about momentum is that it makes the next step a little easier than the last. So if we keep going and doing it consistently, that's when we start it's getting easier. I've experienced this in my own journey when I started learning about digital business. Oh, the little cat is making a mess here. I experienced this in my journey when I started learning about digital business after spending 25 years in the film industry. I didn't try to learn everything at once. So instead, I focused on showing up to the trainings, learning one skill at a time, and taking small, consistent actions every day. So, those simple habits gradually build confidence, experience, and momentum that continue to help me grow today. So, the same truth is in any area of life. Small, consistent actions are much easier to sustain than trying to make massive changes overnight. So, here is a message for you guys. Momentum begins with today's decision. So, whatever decision we take today, not tomorrow's intention, but those small decisions, or even though they are small, if they do it consistently today, it becomes the foundation for the progress that you will be enjoying tomorrow. So that's what I wanted to share for this point. So now let's move on to the next point.
Sorry about that. Daily habits shape the person we become. What we do every day may seem small, but over time, it builds who we are. The little choices, showing up, staying consistent, learning even when it is not convenient, those are the things that shape our character. Discipline doesn't come overnight, it builds through daily habits. And once discipline is built, confidence naturally follows. For me, as a busy mom of five and caregiver, I had become every intentional with my time. I didn't have hours to waste. So I focus on small consistent action every day. Those daily habits help me grow, not just in my digital business, but as a woman who is more focused, confident, and purposeful. At the end of the day, it is not about doing something big once, it is about doing right thing consistently because what repeat daily you eventually become. Thank you.
Thank you, Maimuna. So Maimuna just talked about daily habits shape the person we become. So just like Maimuna shared her journey, it's like watering a plant every day. Like at the beginning, you don't notice much, from watering, but over time, you see that plant is keep going stronger and healthier. Just like us, your daily habits quietly shape the person that you become by doing those daily small habits every day. All right, so let's move on to the next point.
Next point is small improvements lead to big results. Today, I would like to remind us of something simple but very powerful. Small improvements can lead to big results. We often live in a world that celebrates quick success and instant results. Because of that, many people become discouraged when they don't see immediate progress. But real growth usually doesn't happen overnight, it is gradual. It is a small decision we make every day, the new skill we learn, the positive habit we develop, the extra effort we put in that slowly begin to add up over time. The challenge is that in the beginning, progress can feel invisible. We may not notice much change from the day one to the next. That is often the moment when people give up, but consistency has a powerful effect. Small improvements, repeated day after day, begin to compound, and what once seemed like tiny steps can eventually lead to extraordinary results. Think about planting a seed. You don't see growth immediately, but beneath the surface, something important is happening. The true, the same is true in our lives. Every positive action, every lesson learned, and every step forward is building momentum for the future. So don't underestimate the small things because the progress that's seen invisible today may become extraordinary tomorrow. Keep showing up, keep improving, keep moving forward because lasting success often comes from patient, consistent progress. Thank you.
Thank you, Patsy. So yeah, so Patsy just talked about small improvements lead to big results. So just like Patsy shared, it's kind of like we always see this example of like climbing a staircase. You don't reach to the top with one giant jump, but instead you go one step at a time. So eventually, by doing that, you get to places that once seemed far away, and you're able to reach that long-term goal that you were trying to do. So those small improvements that we do every day, that's what it leads to those big results. Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
So, my topic for today is consistency helps us stay focused during difficult seasons. One of the greatest lessons I learned is that motivation doesn't always last, but consistency does. There are days when we feel excited and inspired, and there are days when we feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. That's when our daily habits become so important. Throughout my journey, from working as an RN before in Philippines and spending 12 years in Saudi Arabia, starting over in Canada, and now balancing my healthcare career with my business, I realized that it wasn't motivation that keeps me going. It was my commitment to keep showing up, even on difficult days. The same, it's true in my business. Not every day is perfect. Progress doesn't always happen as quickly as we hope. But by staying consistent, attending trainings, learning from mentors, and taking small daily actions, I continue to grow, both personally and professionally. Research shows that consistent habits are more reliable than motivation because habits helps us to stay focused when during challenging seasons. They build resilience, discipline, and confidence over time. Life will always have challenges, but we can choose how we respond. Every time we continue despite the obstacles, we become stronger and more prepared for future opportunities. So guys, my takeaways for you, consistency helps us keeping moving even during life's difficult seasons. Your habits can carry you through the days when motivation cannot. And those small daily actions can lead to lasting success. Thank you. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Daxi. So yeah, so Daxi just talk about consistency help us stay focused during difficult season. And just like Daxi share her journey, we can do a similar example, like when you brush your teeth, you don't wake up every day excited to do it probably, but because you made it a habit of doing it every day, right? You do it anyway. And that's exactly how consistency keep us moving forward, even when the motivation takes a day off. So now let's move on to the next point.
Thank you, Sandy. The next one is small daily choices create extraordinary features. When I look back on my journey, I realized that my life didn't change because of one big moment. It changed because I started making small, intentional choices every single day. As a wife and a mom of three, there was a season when I felt like my personal growth had been put on hold. I knew I wanted to be fully present for my family, but I also wanted to keep growing, learning, and building something meaningful. The first choice was deciding to believe that growth was still possible. Then I chose to learn a little every day. I watched the training, developed new skills, stayed consistent even when I didn't see immediate results, and keep showing up. Someday the progress felt small, but every lesson, every post, every conversation, and every step forward was preparing me for opportunities I couldn't see yet. Those daily choices slowly build my confidence. They help me become a better leader, a better learner, a better example for my children. More importantly, they remind me that extraordinary results are often the product of ordinary actions repeated constantly. Today, I understand that success isn't about being perfect. It is about making one positive choice after another, even when no one is watching. So, the reflection I will make for this is the future is not created by one decision, it is created by thousands of small ones. Every small choice matters. Every day you choose to learn instead of quit, to grow instead of settle, and to stay consistent instead of giving up. You are investing in your personal and who you want to become. So the takeaway for this is the choices you make today are quietly creating the life you will live tomorrow. Keep making the small choices that align with your goals. Trust the process, stay consistent, and remember that today's actions are laying the foundation for tomorrow's possibilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. So Anna just shared small daily choices create extraordinary futures, and just like Anna shared her journey and some tips, um, it's just like when you start to putting some dollars in a piggy bank every day, you hardly notice it at first, right? That there's not that much. But one day, as time passes and you open and you realize that those small daily choices of putting some money in that piggy bank have added up to something extraordinary that you found, more money in there, right? So it's the same thing as you share those smiley daily shows that we do every day that help us, to become uh, and become better, as we go through and be able to achieve those goals that we want for us in the future. So um, those are the small daily compound that move us forward. Okay, so now let's go to our key takeaway for this topic.
So today's conversation remind us that we don't have to make enormous changes overnight to create a better future. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is simply become a little more consistent, a little more disciplined, a little more intentional. Because over time, those small daily habits begin to shape our mindset, our confidence, our character, and ultimately our lives. Remember, extraordinary lives are often built through ordinary actions repeated consistently. Keep showing up, keep learning, and keep growing. Sunday, I cannot see the last one. And one day at a time.
Thank you, Daxi. So that's our key takeaway for this topic. Now let's find out what is our reflective question for our audience.
So for our audience, we will say, as you reflect on today's conversation, ask yourself, what is one small daily habit you could begin today that would have a positive impact in your life 1 year from now? Sometimes the biggest life changes begin with the smallest daily decisions. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. So, yeah, so that's our reflective question for the audience. And we have arrived to the end of our lives. So, we hope so that what we share today, why small daily habits often create those big life changes, is because they're not created by just one decision, by the small habits and choices that we do consistently every day, because those simply actions that we don't think that they're like valuables, they're actual because they become tomorrow's remarkable results because of those all those combined together. So now let's find out what is our next episode for next Monday.
Yeah, our next Monday's topic is episode 47, Why a Growth Mindset Can Change the Direction of Your Future.
Yes, thank you, Maimuna. So yeah, so that's our next topic for next Monday. So it will be a global conversation about beliefs, lifelong learnings, resilience, and how developing a growth mindset can help us recognize new possibilities throughout life. So that's it for today. So thank you for watching the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Tuesday for those who are on Tuesday, and a happy and blessed Wednesday for those who are on Wednesday, and a happy and blessed rest of the week for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us, and we'll see you again in our next episode of the Global Freedom Conversations Live. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all, and thank you for watching.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.